Your weight when you're healthy is your healthy weight. So if you've lost body fat, but you have plateaued, you're at your healthy weight. Wondering about being underweight, I struggle to keep up weight on your program. So we have to be really careful on how we classify what underweight is, right? So according to, well, in America, for example, they actually have different guidelines in America than the rest of the world, because in America, people tend to be fatter. And so we have stretched what we consider normal, which is actually not a detriment to people's health, because having excess body fat is bad for your health. It raises your risk of all sorts of different kinds of diseases, and it raises your inflammation levels. So when people do my protocol, what happens is they lose body fat, which is good. And so a lot of people end up underweight according to the American guidelines, but actually in optimal health. So I actually prefer when people are thin, not frail, because you don't need to be frail. I'm very thin. I have very low body fat. So you can look at me. I am healthy and strong, right? I have muscle, right? But I'm lean. I'm super lean. That is the healthiest way to be. How do I know that? Because when I help people reverse their diseases, where they have the best health of their life, they also have low body fat. So therefore, your weight when you're healthy is your healthy weight. Doesn't that make sense, guys? Your weight when you're healthy is your healthy weight. So if you've lost body fat, but you have plateaued, you're at your healthy weight. And that's what happens is people, if you're doing it correctly, listen, if you're not eating enough, you're going to lose too much weight, right? So sometimes people are just, they don't like feeling bloated, so they eat less than the guidelines. Well, obviously you're going to lose more weight than you would have if you're not eating enough. But if you're eating to the full guidelines and you're full all day long and you've lost weight, but you've plateaued and that's your weight, then that's your weight, all right? I'm a lot leaner than I was when I had lupus, and I love it. I am perfectly content being tiny because I feel great. Right? And I think I look great too, right? You can tell the difference between someone who is too thin and someone who is healthy, right? Usually when you're too thin, it's because you have an illness, right? So I've had people come to me frail, 5'7", under 100 pounds, okay, from disease. And then when they nourish themselves, they gain weight, right? And so this one woman went from 97 pounds to 103 pounds in 6 weeks. She gained weight from nourishing herself. So it's important to realize, because someone just messaged me about this, so I want to realize that, number one, when you lose body fat, that's a good thing. So if you lose weight eating pounds and pounds of raw vegetables and omega-3s and water intake, you're not losing muscle, you're not losing an organ, you're not losing anything bad. I think people get scared, like, I'm losing too much weight. What does that mean? It means you're losing body fat, because you can still build strength on the Goodbye Lupus protocol. You can do squats and push-ups, and you can do exercise and build your strength and build your muscle tone. You're just not going to gain, not going to gain mass, right? So it's really important to understand that. So if you're doing everything right and you're feeling wonderful and you're just thinner than you used to be, this is your healthy weight. Okay. It never continues indefinitely. So just make sure you're eating enough food. And as long as you're feeling great, just trust your body. It is healthier to be low body fat. And that's just how it is. So I'm happy when I see people living at a smaller size and feeling wonderful. That is, obviously that is the goal. Okay.